This is the last generation of the naturally aspirated 911, and it is a very special car because it's the last version of the best engine, in my opinion, the 3.8 naturally aspirated engine, a 400 horsepower naturally aspirated beast. And the reason why I call it beast is because it is so much fun to drive. There's just something beautiful about having a symphony behind you. And you've got to remember that it's behind me, the engine, everything is literally behind me, which is really neat because the car feels incredible when you drive it. It is actually way lighter than I ever imagined. And the thing about this is that we take a legendary engine and then we put it in the last version of the 911 that actually looked quite modern, in my opinion. The 996 looks dated and it's kind of rough. It reminds me of a first generation Lazy Boy. It's a great car and I love it, but there's something beautiful about having a legendary naturally aspirated engine in a car that looks pretty modern, in my opinion. Now, compared to new Porsches, it definitely doesn't look modern, but compared to the 996 and the 997, this car looks modern. And not only that, if you look right here, we did this 991.1 steering wheel, which even brings it up to a more modern look, which is great. But the driving experience is fun, and it all comes down to the sound, and it also comes down to the way that it feels, the way that the engine reacts, the way that you have enough power to enjoy the actual drive. And to think that this car is literally 14 years old is crazy, because it's a testament to Porsche's engineering, reliability, and standard. I mean, Porsche has always went out of their way gone out their way to build something special, something that you could drive, and it's not like nothing else. And the great thing about it is that even in factory form, it's perfect. Literally perfect. The 991, in my opinion, is literally the best of the 996, 997 generations of 911s. It is the final episode, it is the final form of everything they put together. And then we talk about the steering. If you've been on Driver's Therapy channel for a while, then you know that I've driven a lot of cars, and the steering is fine. When this car came out, everybody was so upset about the electronic steering, how it went away from hydraulic. And just like anything, people don't like change. They like to nitpick change. And the funny thing is that there's not any more cars with hydraulic steering, pretty much. Most cars have electronic steering. And I've driven a ton of cars, and this just feels great. It feels like all the cars that I've driven, pretty much. And that's one of those things about the car community, about car journalists, about cars in general, is that anytime something comes out that's new, people have to have something to write about. They have to have something to complain about. And really, they were complaining about the future, which is kind of what humans have been doing always. Because I can tell you, the steering is perfect. So when we removed the only complaint that people had about the 991, it literally is just an incredible car. Now, I have a 911S and it's fully spec'd out. I can't speak for the regular 911. I'm sure it's a great car as well. And I can't talk about the GTS or GT3. But the 911 alone is just a blast. That's why I chose this car, because I've experienced the 3.8 in my GT4 and I wanted to experience it in a 911, and it hasn't let me down.